I thought I was lazy. Growing up, I had a lot of issues, mostly with staying focused if I didn't really like something. And I didn't really think much of it, and I'm certain my parents, who really didn't see all that much of it, probably thought I was just being resistant like any kid or teenager would be. As I got kind of into my 20s, and I'm 27 now, and this has been as frequent as the past couple months, I thought I was just lazy. I thought I had depression even though I was on medication for it. I couldn't get myself to clean the house or do the dishes, get the kitchen clean, or sometimes it would take me days just to take a shower. Every day, it was a battle to get out of my chair and do something. Then, recently, I went to see a psychiatrist for a completely different reason, but when I spoke with him at length about all of my procrastination, personally, I had thought I was bipolar. I thought maybe I'm like having manic highs and depressive lows, but it was this history of procrastination and this inability to finish projects that I started. I saw something sort of click in his head, and he offered me a different suggestion of what it was, that I have ADD. I had never really thought of it as a possibility before because most depictions of ADD is hyperactive, ADHD specifically, which you see in kids a lot, and it's them bouncing off the walls, being unable to focus on anything, and, you know, just in general being very hyperactive. But that's not what it was for me, and so I listened to him, and he gave me some medication for it, and he said it might help with my possible attention issues. So I was like, all right, well, if this can get me to clean the house, then all right, I'll take it. It was 2 pills, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. The effects of them were almost immediate, honestly. I started taking pills on a Thursday, and by Saturday, I had done everything I had been meaning to for months. I thought I was going to be home in my pajamas that entire weekend, and instead, by the end of Saturday, I had set up an appointment for a tattoo, which... it's over here, which I did finally get. I'm really happy with it. I had also gone shopping and gotten things that I had been meaning to get for weeks. More importantly, I set up my dentist appointment, which I have been meaning to do for years. I have not been to a dentist in years, and I needed to go. I was actually doing things, and honestly, I couldn't believe it. And the surprises kept coming. Like, even I set up the dentist appointment, I've been brushing my teeth every night. This is the longest streak, I think, of brushing my teeth every single night. I don't remember another time that it was so easy. And that's the thing. It's not just that I've been doing things that I've been meaning to do. It's that I'm not struggling to start them. Like, even my relationship with my husband, which is, it was in a good place before I started my medication, but now it's an even better place. I've been more active, I've been more focused. I don't think I ever was just lazy. My thought is, maybe you aren't either. So here's the thing. My symptoms were quiet and subdued. I never told my parents about the nights that I would lie awake at night, unable to get to sleep for 5 hours. No one ever really questioned how many times I daydreamed in class and just didn't pay attention. I just kind of, whew. I actually never really questioned the fact that there were days I would be online on Final Fantasy XI or World of Warcraft, and I wouldn't be doing anything. I would be running in circles, not doing anything in the game. And with projects, I thought I would dive headlong into them for weeks on end and then burn myself out and not touch them for months. As it turned out, it's possible all of that was a result of my undiagnosed ADD. Granted, these are all my symptoms of ADD. This is my ADD. You know, symptoms are different for everyone, but knowing that someone else has the diagnosis, and I got it confirmed by a psychiatrist who has been doing this for 30 years, maybe some of you recognized some of the things that I brought up. I'm kind of hoping maybe you can use it to spark a conversation with your parents. Maybe you can get it to motivate you to see a professional about it. And I really do think you should see a professional about it if you think it might be the case, because it also might be that you're recognizing these symptoms that I am talking about, and it could be something else. Seeing a doctor, seeing a psychiatrist, seeing a therapist they are trained to make sure that they can identify it. It took me 27 years to get diagnosed with my attention deficit disorder. It was because I never questioned a lot of the things that were happening. I assumed it was insomnia. I assumed it was burning myself out. I assumed it was just a one-track mind. I have been slowly recovering from it. I've had to go through and clean my house. I've had to realize that there are things that I left sitting that I should not have. And I just would love, if any of this sounds familiar, for you guys to realize that maybe you should see someone about it. And I don't want people to be afraid of going to see someone about it. It happens more often than you would think. I can't go into details because of regulations and all that, but I promise there are a lot of adults with ADD. There are a lot of kids with ADD. It makes life difficult, and sometimes you don't notice it because sometimes you enjoy certain things that people want you to do, so you do them. But as soon as you get something that you don't enjoy doing, you will stop and struggle, and I hate it. And I don't want people to be afraid to take medication. I am on 3 different pills right now, 2 of them for mental illness, and I am proud of being able to say that they make me a better person. I am happier, I am more productive, and I don't want anyone to think that they have to just get over it, because sometimes you can't. Sometimes the illness is something so it's an illness. Sometimes your body can't handle it. When you are physically sick, when you are throwing up and you have the stomach flu, you take medicine to get rid of the bacteria and the viruses. When you are mentally ill, you take medication to help your brain function. And I don't want you to be afraid of that. I'm hoping maybe you can also take this to realize, no, you aren't lazy. It could be something else. This kind of got off track. This is the first vlog that I had an entire script for, which is why I kind of keep looking down. I actually had this script looked over by my psychiatrist because I wanted to make sure that I didn't do anything unhealthy. And he actually did tell me to revise a very large chunk of it, so there's that. I also learned from one of the pharmacists that we talked to that the CDC actually has an entire section on ADHD. It's for both children and adults, and I'll go ahead and put a link down below so that you guys can check that out, because that might also, kind of set off a few flags. I am not lazy, and I don't think if you got to this video searching for certain phrases, I don't think you are either. But with that, I don't really have much more to say. So, thank you all so much for joining me. And this is AniMonster signing off. Have a good night.